They always left him the last seat. In every room, he arrived early but was noticed less. Meetings, family dinners, even with his closest friends. It felt like there was always a better seat for someone else when decisions were made. His voice was quietly skipped over, but when mistakes happened, his name was suddenly the first one they remembered. He was the afterthought, the convenient scapegoat, the person who filled the empty space. So, he learned to adapt. He learned to listen more than he spoke, to observe the dynamics of the room from his corner. He learned to carry his own weight silently, to be self-reliant, because no one else was going to pull the chair out for him. He mastered the art of leaving a room without being asked, his departure as unnoticed as his arrival. He just faded into the background. But one day, something shifted. He got tired. Tired of chasing a spotlight that was never meant for him. Tired of trying to fit into circles that saw him as optional. So, he stopped. He stopped seeking validation and started building himself. His life became a quiet rhythm of discipline. Quiet mornings turned into productive days. Long nights were spent not at parties, but with books and projects. There was no applause. No one cheering him on. It was just him, the silence. And his ambition. He was building his own table, brick by brick, in the solitude of his own world. Time passed. Seasons changed. And life, as it always does, shifted. The world he had built for himself began to glow. His work started speaking for him, his knowledge became a resource, and his silence was now perceived not as weakness, but as wisdom. And then, a funny thing happened. The same people who never saved him a seat suddenly started saving him a place. At the head of the table. In the center of the conversation. Not because he demanded it, not because he was louder, but because his presence had become undeniable. His value was no longer something he had to announce, it was something they couldn't ignore. Here is the truth. You don't need to fight for a seat when your purpose is building you a throne. You don't need to shout for attention when your achievements speak for themselves. Sometimes, being overlooked isn't a rejection, it's life quietly moving you to a higher table, a better room, where you truly belong. So if you feel unseen right now, don't worry about their table, focus on building your own. They'll come looking for a seat. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more stories like this. See you in the next one.